Whew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Got the comments up. Been a long day. I can't lie to you. Been a long day. But being as it's day 11 of the Prosperity Challenge, we got to make the magic happen. Good to see y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear my audio okay. And we will get this party started shortly. I'm traveling this evening, but I was like, oh man, it's getting late. We had a ton of great information tonight with Coach Tina and Coach Marcus as well. And I was like, y'all already got so much great training and information this evening. I didn't even want to do the call. I was like, I can't do the call. But I was like, we can't skip day 11. Like, but I will. I'll tell you this. I'm going to do my best to keep it short. I actually have 2 more calls I have to do after this, coaching calls. And, yeah, just it's what it is. Got to do a prospecting call after this one. Some people want some information. And but y'all come first. So let me get y'all situated. Thank y'all for tuning in. Grab your paper and pen, ladies and gentlemen. And let's get started with some testimonials. If y'all want to put some testimonials in the chat for day 11 of the Prosperity Challenge. And again, I'm your resident Diamond Ambassador with the Green Organics family of company, Will Zanders. And excuse the poor production quality of this video. I'm in the whip, and it is, it's the best I got. This is the best lighting, best audio. This is the best we got. Yeah, plus you need the protocol for Prosperity Oil. Yes, and I will get you that as well. In fact, you know what, Jess? Let me do that first, so anybody who needs to go to bed can go to bed, and we will. Let me do the protocol first. Good to see you, Missy. Good to see you, Twyla Guy Wilson. Good to see you, Colette Seymour, Shauna Lynette. Welcome, Rasan. Welcome. Yep. I apologize if I missed anybody. I was looking over at my notes. Let's do this prosperity protocol first. And the recording will be available within Facebook Live and on YouTube as well. So let me get this first in case y'all got to hop off. And you can watch the recording at your leisure. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all got paper and pen and you're ready for notes. I'm going to lead this call with the prosperity protocol. You are going to be using it. Ed Banks in the building. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, you can also type the testimonials in there as well. Any testimonials you got, write them in. And while y'all are putting the testimonials in, I'll give you the prosperity protocol right after that. Let me read a couple testimonials that we got. And you can put your health testimonials in there too if you want to, your emotional testimonials. People just having some amazing stuff happen. Miss Dorothy Ridgway James, Dr. Dorothy Ridgway James, says she was decluttering and found $53. I love that. That's awesome. Jessica Hill said she got her personal property tax for the year for her and Terry, and it's only half the cost of what they normally pay. Look, see, I'm telling you. Sometimes with abundance, you make more income and wealth and money, but sometimes you save money, and sometimes you get stuff that's abundance, like free meals. I know somebody had free gas yesterday. It's not always money. Really open your mind to all the different ways you can be abundant. Sometimes it's emotional abundance. Sometimes inexplicably, you just have let go of some things that you've been holding on for a long time. It is weird. It's weird. But let's see. I came across some information that I got that was free, that was crazy earlier today. And I'm like, information, I'm trying to reconcile that with the abundance, challenge. Cause I'm like, you gotta notice what you notice, basically. And people pay money for college. They pay money for college. I got some incredibly valuable information earlier today, for free. And I was like, you know what? I didn't have to pay for that. And for somebody who pays for a lot of classes and personal development, I really enjoyed that. Let's see what else we got on here. Stephanie Wilcox said that she got paid early from her job. So she got paid a day early. So normally it's Friday. So who don't like getting money early? That's awesome. And she says her dress fits looser. So that's the testimony we got. Amazing. Jessica says she's been in a better, positive, and emotional state over the past several days. Wonderful. Coach Charlotte Whitaker says she got 6 prospects today. No surprise there. Travis Dubois doing the DoorDash joint. Travis said he got a $50 tip. I'm telling you, it comes from everywhere. Never limit the places where abundance can flow into your life. Don't do that. That's great. Coach Troy Monroe said, I think it was his dad made a $250 order. That can't never go wrong with that. Yeah, because a lot of times the money you get will come from the business. Also this week, we had the company's dropping. I talked about it yesterday. Not going to talk about it tonight. The company dropping a brand new category creating oil, the holy anointing oil, you know, with the ingredients from the Middle East, from the motherland and from the Holy Land, you know, so that's awesome. Can't wait for that to drop. And we've been wanting that product for a while, and it's the same price, $29 as the #1 seller, best product on Amazon as well. So we about to beat Amazon into the dirt. Colette said right here, the dentist appointment got canceled, so she got some extra sleep before work. That's my type of testimonial. I don't like the dentist, and I love sleep, so that's that. I don't love sleep. I thoroughly enjoy it. Let me say that. It's good for me, you know. Let's see what else we got. The company Green Organics is now offering health insurance. Anybody hear that? Isn't that correct for all of y'all? Look, they must be getting ready for a bunch of y'all to become 6-figure earners and 7-figure earners and retire from y'all jobs. So you're going to need health insurance. Green Organics is offering health insurance through the same provider that Paula and Ben have. And that's world-class health insurance. So that's crazy. I don't know. Anybody else know of any network marketing companies offering health insurance, the same one that the owners of the company have? That's just bananas. I wonder what the enrollment period is for that. That's a great testimony. Coach Seymour says he got his garage repaired today, and at the end he got $150 discount. So instead of $300, it was $150. I love to see it. I love to see that. Let's see what else we got. Also, Green Organics is doing direct deposit. So normally your money goes to Pay Quicker, and then you can transfer it to your bank account or use your Pay Quicker card. Green Organics is starting today. They're sending out emails starting today if you want to do direct deposit, just like your job. That's crazy. That's amazing. So that'll make your money from Green Organics come even faster to your bank account. We love fast money. I think the health insurance might be in the back office already, Jessica. I got to see. But that's awesome. Let's see what else we got. Oh, crazily, I gave a $100 tip earlier today to a gentleman that helped me out with some stuff at a gas station. I was getting gas, and gave him a $100 tip because, well, two reasons. Number one, I didn't have anything smaller than a $100 bill, and I was like, dang, all right, roger that. You gonna get this 100. And but I did it, and I remembered to really do it cheerfully and happily. Like, I wasn't expecting nothing back from him, but he was, really happy. And I was like, let me get him this, just because it felt like the right thing to do in the moment. And I kid you not, within the next hour, from 3 different sources, I got a total of $200. Like not even an hour and a half later, I happened to get some email notifications, had some money came in, some more money came in from Green Organics. And I was like, that's crazy. But then 2 other sources, some residual income streams I have going that are not network marketing, but more traditional in investments. I just saw money popping up. It was crazy. And I was like, that's really weird how that happened. But I made the money back that I gave the gentleman, and I got it back plus double. So it was really crazy. That happened. So that was exciting. Let's see what else we got going on. Who else got some testimonials? Shauna won $50. Well done. Congratulations. Did I just lose the lights in there? Oh, come on, man. Okay, well, we just got to make this work. This is going to be the strangest call in the history of calls, y'all. Let me get this started, because I do not like doing calls on the road no more. This is too much going on. And Jessica said right here, she got $10.50 from Facebook. That's the most she ever earned. Congratulations. Jess, I'm going to tell you, when we started the Prosperity Challenge, I got a notification that Facebook said they're going up on the bonuses. So you will be seeing more and more money from Facebook if you are a part of the Facebook monetization bonus program. I did a call several months back to teach people. I did a whole social media training, but also taught them how to get accepted to the Facebook program. And I probably need to do that again for people. Shout out Coach Marcus Jones, baller alert on the call. Seymour says, oh, bro, crypto has gone through the roof. It's going through the roof, bro. Yeah. I didn't even mention the crypto. It's doing real good right now. Yeah, I'm loving that too. All right, so that's enough testimonials for now. Let's dive into it. And, you know, we've been really doing some word hack. Oh, I promise you the prosperity. Hold on. Let me do this. Yeah, look what Coach Marcus said. One of his cryptocurrencies increased by over 500%. Yeah, but I think my total crypto portfolio, the whole thing, when I add it up, it's over 400% increase. Probably closer to 5 for the whole thing. And I got like maybe 6 or 7 altcoins, and then I got Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm loving it. We got to trade tips, bro. I got to put you on some stuff. Let's see. Okay, let's do the prosperity protocol. For those of y'all who have to hop off the call and get some sleep. It's been a long day. I know. And this is going to be for days 5, 6, and 7. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you are going to stay on the same protocol. And we're only going to change it Sunday night just to finish it off for Monday with the finishing oil. So this is going to be prosperity. Upon waking, you will apply 1 to 2 drops of prosperity to the temples, okay? And then inhale and breathe it really, really deeply and hold that, okay? And you're going to be envisioning the energy of abundance coming towards you. Don't necessarily visualize when you close your eyes and imagine a certain amount of money, because money's currency, and energy is also currency. It's measured in current, alternating in electron. Imagine like a green or a white energy coming towards you. Don't put a dollar amount with it. Just imagine the money energy coming towards you. It's much better than a dollar amount when you're doing visualizations like that. Either a light green electricity type energy just flowing towards you. Just trust me on that. It works. Or white or green or both work. Okay, and that's when you wake up. 4 hours after you wake up, you're going to do 1 to 2. And one more point about the putting on your temples. If you have really sensitive skin, you might want to use a carrier oil to slightly dilute the prosperity. I got tough, thick skin, so I can handle it, but not everybody. So you definitely want to make sure that your skin tolerance, it doesn't irritate you. Let me just put that out there. I'd rather you wait and do it safe than rush it and burn your face, okay? So 4 hours after the initial prosperity application, you're going to apply 1 to 2 drops of prosperity on the inside of each wrist, on your pulse points, right like there, right up in the pulse points where your wrist meets your forearm, where you feel your pulse at. And you're going to inhale the wrist, bring both of the wrists up to your nose, inhale them both very, very deeply. Shotgun that. Just inhale it all the way through your nose, fill up your stomach in your chest with air, hold it, and then let it out. It's going to be a really good relaxing thing. And you're going to repeat the affirmation, I am open to receiving abundance. No, you don't have to visualize for 5 minutes at the AM. Just a minute or 2 will do. And the next one, you don't have to do this one for 5 minutes either. Just a minute or 2. I recommend somewhere between 20 and 40 affirmations. And just repeat the affirmation silently to yourself. I am open to receiving abundance. Okay, notice I didn't say I'm open to receiving money. Abundance includes all of that. Health, relationships, free stuff, everything, okay? I am open to receiving abundance. You want to repeat that to yourself anywhere from 20 to 40 times 4 hours after you wake up with that second application. The third application, you're going to apply 1 to 2 drops of prosperity right over the heart, not the left side, but more in the middle, a couple inches above the midpoint, okay, right in the center of your chest, over your lungs, but right in the middle for the most part. And you're going to apply 1 to 2 drops there. And that's when you're going to spend 5 minutes just visualizing what prosperity means to you, okay? Not what abundance means to you, specifically prosperity for that lunch, that 8 hours after you wake up on that one. So you're going to be applying 1 to 2 drops of prosperity over the heart. Yes, the heart chakra area, and spend a few minutes, 5 minutes, visualizing what prosperity means to you. Really get in touch with the imagery of your dream car, dream house, and everything else. 4 hours after that, which should bring you into the evening time, this is when you do your 20-minute meditation, just thoughts, prayers. And this was really going to be about focusing on having the proper mindsets to be receptive to wealth. Just to be open to, not getting everything, but just to be open to receiving. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And you can do 2 or 3 drops in your hands and do a big inhale. And then you want to inhale again a couple minutes later, or you can just diffuse it. Just diffuse prosperity for 5, 10, 15, but 20 minutes, you want to spend that quiet time. And again, this is why we call it the Prosperity Challenge, because it can be challenging, as I'm sure some of you have noticed, to carve out 5 minutes even of peace and quiet to do this. It can be challenging. It can even be challenging to carve out 20 minutes in the evening before you go to bed. So it can be challenging, but you should do it. And if you're going to be up another 4 hours, you should do another application, just diffusing, and you don't have to spend 20 minutes, meditating or praying. And just that you're just receptive, that you're in a proper environment for wealth. Okay. And, so that's that. Remember, drink plenty water, plenty water. And yeah, just keep a journal to know your thoughts and notice what you notice and write down all the little funny nuances that happen and everything like that. Okay. All right, let's dive into the information now. And again, tons of information tonight, but we're going to end up doing it tonight and tomorrow because there's just no way we're going to finish all this stuff. It's y'all have received books worth of information this week for sure. Now, we talked about the word government, and we talked about what it really meant, to govern your mind, to govern your the mental state, because that's how governments control people. They just have to control your mind. If they control your mind, your body's going to do whatever. Now, we're going to break down another word, which is going to be television. Okay, television programming. Okay, television programming. It's literally going to tell you what your vision is supposed to be. Television, tell us the vision. Television is really, and even social media to a point, but television for sure, the media, all of that type of stuff. Television, the word is literally tell us the vision, tell us vision, tell us what we should be seeing, what we should be thinking. And notice television and that type of entertainment was not out thousands of years ago when miracles were more abundant. Miracles still take place every day, but miracles were far more abundant in the day and age when television was not there. I once had a mentor who told me that television tells lies to your vision. And another one of my mentors told me television is the electronic income reducer. I think Marcus also says that from time to time. Another one of my mentors called television the idiot box. He called it the idiot box. Okay. So you got to watch that stuff. I mean, and so television is basically you telling the system, the powers that be, tell me the vision. Okay. Tell me vision. And remember the biblical verse that says, without a vision, the people will perish. Without a vision, the people will perish. You can actually take that one step further and say that people will perish if they have the wrong vision. Okay. Sometimes it's better to have no vision at all than the wrong vision. Okay. But it's also called television programming. Okay. Programming, being before, and gramming, come from the Greek word graphing, meaning measuring or to write. Okay. So it's again, writing, the vision, tablets, is giving you that same information. Programming, which means really active in or before, it's programming you for what'll come later. Let me give you that again. It comes from the Greek word. Okay. And that particular Greek word means, in the original Greek text, means a written public notice or a proclamation, a proclamation. It's the powers that be, a superior authority, issuing a proclamation. Okay. So when you hear the words television programming, they're not only telling you your vision and what their vision is for your life, but the Greek word pro meaning before, and then graphene meaning to write. And eventually it evolved into the Latin word programma, okay, which meant that meanings written declaration specifically. Okay, so it's literally declaring to you what you should be seeing in your eyes, mind, and visually as well. So be really careful on that. But remember, there's a verse in Romans 12:2 that says, and be not conformed to the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay? And when you hear renewing, that means to do it again, which means that you need to reprogram it. So basically the verse could read, and be not conformed. Con means bad. Con means like a con man or a con job. Okay? And form means to form or to build. So when you hear the word and be not conformed, conform means to build badly. Okay, con means bad, like a con or a contract, or because contracts is rough, or a convict, ex-con, okay, means negative, okay. And so when you hear the word conformed, into a bad build. Okay, it's to build bad. So don't be built negatively according to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing or by the programming of your mind, the reprogramming of your mind, that you may prove what is the good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. And we already know what the will of God is for your life because we've talked about it in his word, throughout the week. So you already know it's nothing but positive on that side. All right. Well, let's move on. Now, remember, if any of this stuff sounds really confusing, and it will for some of you, I highly recommend you go and watch the previous days because we're going to be talking about the word, the Lord right now, but we're going to be talking about the Lord on its deeper esoteric meaning. You have the Lord, the risen Lord Jesus Christ. We talk about him all the time, love him, he's awesome. But then on the esoteric level, the Bible writers had a code there, okay? And so this particular verse, when we're referencing reprogramming the mind, remember it says in Romans chapter 10, verse 13, it says, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Well, I know a lot of people who've been in a bad situation and been screaming out Jesus' name and still got beat up. Okay, just screaming out every prayer they could think of and still caught a beat down. They missed the esoteric version of that on the front end to avoid that situation totally. Remember, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's really about the belief. It's all about the belief in the individual. Now, remember we talked about the word Lord on an esoteric level being the word law. Okay, specifically the law of mentalism, which again is over 5,000 years old, came from the Hermetic tradition out of ancient Kemet, which was Egypt back in the day. And that over the 400 years that the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt, they brought that law back and it incorporated itself into the Bible, the law of mind, that you do control a significant portion of your reality through your thoughts. Okay, so when you hear the verse in Romans, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How about for whosoever shall call upon the name of the law? Whosoever shall call upon the law. Okay, the law of mind. All right, I just want you to understand the law. You can create any circumstance you want, like it or not, and you're always creating. Let me be clear. You're always creating. You just may not be doing it consciously, and that's why you have with your prayer life, that's why you have mismatched results. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. God the same yesterday, today, and forever. And the Holy One of Israel's arm is not so short that it cannot save. He always hears you the first time. Your belief is what you got to get dialed in. God heard you the first time, but your belief got to get dialed in, okay? Now, when you apply the law of mind, remember, it's the same thing from Proverbs. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, okay? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if you're thinking it enough and you're living your life from a place of your own original thought about what you want for your life and how that coincides with what God wants for your life, okay, for you to prosper and be in good health even as your soul prospers. A lot of the stuff that comes to you from the TV and media won't really affect you. So don't get too caught up in that stuff. Be control over your own thoughts. And that's why whenever I really got into network marketing and really figured it out, I was doing personal development all day. I was listening to tapes. I have 2 tape players. Okay? 2, not 1, 2 tape players and a Walkman. A CD Walkman and a tape Walkman. Why? Because I'm going to be feeding my mind positive stuff all the time. Why? Because if I want to reprogram my mind and I want to have belief and faith in a certain scenario for my life, well, faith come by hearing. Okay. So I need to make sure that I'm always working on myself, programming myself for the success and abundance that I want. So let's just be clear on that. Okay. So personal development daily is one of the most important habits you'll ever have. Ever. All right. Now, God gives you the responsibility to really change the programming of your mind. If you grow up broke and your parents were on welfare like mine were, you were probably accidentally programmed for poverty, which I was. But God gives you the responsibility, and responsibility means the ability to respond. Okay, the ability to respond to any situation where you have to program your mind and reprogram your mind for success and positivity. Okay, period. Now, I'm going to give you the names of 4 companies right now that are no longer really rocking in network marketing. I'm sure you've heard of most of them, but some of you haven't. And then I'm going to tell you something that all of them had in common. And it's something that you have the opportunity to do right here with the Green Organics family of companies, something that hadn't been done in 10, 15, maybe 20 years in network marketing. Amway, everybody remembers Amway, an amazing company, multi-billion-dollar company. Herbalife, again, amazing company, multi-billion-dollar company. Nu Skin with Nathan Ricks and those guys. You might not remember Nu Skin, but they were a billion-dollar company. None of those companies is really popular anymore, but they're all successful, all still open, all making money. And the last one's going to be OrganoGold, which that particular company sold $1 billion of coffee faster than Starbucks. It was a coffee company back in the day with Holton Buggs and Ramasio and David and those guys, and it was really cool, and Ron Golds and them. And the fourth thing those companies had in mind when they were all in the health and wellness sector or product sector per se, and they all didn't start off billion-dollar companies. What they did, and I've been a chance to study these leaders or meet them before they passed away, two of them anyway. But what Amway did with Bill Britt and Dexter and Rich DeVos and George Halsey and all those guys, they brought a system of personal development into an Amway company that was already existing. Amway had thousands and thousands and thousands of reps before Dexter Yeager joined. Somebody had to sponsor him. Dexter Yeager, it was 5 years before he even became a silver. 5 years before Dexter Yeager even became a silver with Amway. So he wasn't the first and wasn't the best, but I'm going to tell you something he did. He did the same thing that they did at Herbalife. So Dexter Yeager, what he did, he really pioneered a system of personal development for the reps. So his whole thing was, look, y'all already know how to do network marketing. And even if you don't, you do, because most people do network marketing every day and never get paid. Okay, you're making recommendations all the time. I just got to work on your mind and get you these tapes. And you can hear these thoughts over and over again and reprogram yourself with positivity, and your business will explode. And people just bought into that. So Amway was one of the first network marketing companies in the mid 1900s, 1960s, 70s, and so on and so forth, to really put an emphasis on personal development. And that's when they blew up and got to the $1 billion of stuff. Herbalife was no different. Herbalife was doing really well, but it wasn't until they brought in Jim Rohn as a guest trainer, public speaker. And Jim Rohn used to be with Nutrilite, so he was in network marketing. But Jim Rohn came and taught the Herbalife company about personal development and the law of averages and all these other amazing things that Jim Rohn talked about. And then Herbalife blew up. Nu Skin was a really good skincare company, but it wasn't until Nathan Ricks really invested in personal development that the systems really started to explode, and they became a multi-billion-dollar company. And last but not least, OrganoGold. Holton Buggs wasn't the first rep at OrganoGold, okay? Holton had a sponsor too, Shane Moran, okay? So OrganoGold was a Canadian coffee company way before they got in the United States. But it wasn't until Holton Buggs came out with some personal development, okay, personal development that was called Cash Cow, was one of them, called Cash Cow. And you can look this up on YouTube. This is an amazing video. It's 3.5, 4 hours long. Holton Buggs might have been like a sapphire or a ruby back then when he first came out with this video. He was not the double diamond, quadruple, $100 million earner. This is, and they'll tell you somewhere in the video, they announce him as like a ruby or a sapphire or something. He wasn't even a emerald or a diamond. But he brought this personal development seminar out. It's on YouTube for free now, but you had to go get it live back in the day. And in the early 2000s, and it was personal development. And once he brought that out and duplicated that personal development amongst all the company, when the company, his team in particular, but when the company really got on board, his downline organization got on board with personal development, the company blew up. The company blew up. So we have an opportunity here for you to take your personal development to another level, not just with the information we've shared over the last week and a half, which can help you for sure. But I need you to understand that when you start listening to audios, tapes, CDs, DVDs, trainings like this over and over and over again, you're reprogramming your mind for success. Okay. And that's going to be something that will not only explode your team, but will explode this entire company more than any skill or tactic or hack or social media viral post, more than anything else we could possibly give you. It's you working on you. Okay, your personal development and growth is what's going to be it. Now, I want you to now notice, I'm going to give you a quick abundance lesson. A great way for you to really get the ball rolling, other than being charitable and giving, is going to be spending some time in nature. And you don't even have to be out in the forest or the woods. It can be in your backyard, or you can go to the local park or something, sit on a bench and just inhale and just take it in. Walk around some clean, grassy area with no shoes on. And why is that? Because nature is God's primary example of abundance. And a lot of times it'll trigger and wake up cellular memory within you about abundance. God set the universe up the way he set the earth up. It's so abundant. There's more water than you can even imagine, more oxygen. Grass don't struggle to grow. A tree, I don't care if you go to Hawaii or New Orleans or Italy. If a tree got fruit on it, the tree is going to produce so much fruit. It's going to get so heavy. Fruit will start falling to the ground. Just wasteful. Nature is wastefully abundant. Okay, we shouldn't waste stuff, but nature in the way that God designed it is so abundant. Ain't no gorilla starving to death out in the wild. Like, fruit is so abundant. The sun is so abundant, giving free energy for everybody. And vitamin D, you don't even have to buy vitamin D at the store. The sun will give it to you for free. The sun shines so bright, there are whole industries built on sunglasses and sunscreen and all this other type of stuff, just because of how abundant the source is, giving free electricity, free energy, and free vitamin D all day. Like, nature is wastefully, but lavishly opulent. Okay. And if you can remind yourself of the abundance of the trees and the grass and the waters and the oceans and everything, it'll just start to get you in a real abundant mindset, just being in nature, which is your natural state, by the way. It was the same way in the Garden of Eden with our ancestors, some say forefathers, Adam and Eve. They had food wasn't, you couldn't even eat it all free. Everything was for you. Nothing was for sale because there was nobody to sell it to, nobody to buy it from. Everything they needed was already provided, including the gold already in the ground and in the hills. And the Bible said that the gold of the land was good. So they had money, they had opulence, they had food, everything. And they didn't even have clothes because they didn't need them. But once they figured out they did, clothes were there too for the lean price of $3.99. So yeah, don't be afraid to hug a tree from time to time. That's good for you. Okay. Now I'm going to just give y'all some names. I don't really care about these people on a personal level. I'm just going to let you to know of some of the people who spend absolutely obscene amounts of time in nature because they've all said that this is something that helps them in their abundance mentality. And again, I'm not judging these people to say they're good or bad. I don't know them. I don't like them all. A lot of them I do. Some of them I don't like them and I don't even know them. But I'm going to just give you a list right now of the people who spend so much time in nature. A lot of these people are just gardeners. Their hobbies are gardening. Okay, you can look this stuff up. Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith, Snoop Dogg, Venus Williams, Alicia Keys, Tracy Morgan, Questlove from The Roots, Lenny Kravitz, Danny Glover, Russell Simmons, Common, Jaden Smith, Pharrell Williams, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Gabrielle Union, Michael B. Jordan, Misty Copeland, Tyler Perry, Rihanna, Jeff Bezos, Julia Roberts, Mark Zuckerberg, David Beckham, King Charles III, Martha Stewart, Sting, Leonardo DiCaprio, Chris Pratt, Emma Watson, Angelina Jolie, Jessica Alba, Giselle Bundchen, Brad Pitt, Shailene Woodley, Reese Witherspoon, Jared Leto, and so many more celebrities and other wealthy people own gardens. They're committed to having a garden, have their own garden, bought a whole vineyard in France for organic farming. They are all about outdoor activities. Richard Branson, a lot of outdoor stuff going on, and either on purpose or accident, they know that it's helping them stay in an abundant state, and they're using universal spiritual laws that Christians ain't even using half the time. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Before we move on to the next section, and we're going to break this one up between tonight and tomorrow. I just ain't got it in me, but we're going to make it work. Do you feel that you have to be deserving of something valuable? Okay. How many people, right, DJ, me too, love being outside, okay? Some of you have a subconscious paradigm, a last vestige of an automatic negative thought that you don't deserve to be wealthy. And some of you have inherited this in utero from your parents. You inherit it genetically because your mother or father didn't really feel like they deserved greatness for whatever reason, and they might have inherited it from 14 generations prior or longer. But some people have again, this belief might be subconscious. Look at the creature says she in the water all the time. Facts. Water, it's amazing. And I just want to give you a little brain tweak that will help you let go of any thought that you don't deserve. Okay. Now let me be clear. What is more valuable? And this is not even up for debate. Oxygen or money? What is more valuable? Oxygen or money? Like, you could be a billionaire. You ain't got no oxygen, you dead. So that's a rhetorical question. Oxygen is way more valuable than money. It's not even a question. Okay? It's not even up for debate. And you don't have to run around deserving oxygen or water. You don't have to run around deserving, like, oh my gosh, if I just work hard, I can get my share of oxygen. No. And oxygen is the most valuable substance on earth. You can live without days with water. You can live for a while with no water, a couple days. You can live for a long time without food. You can't last more than a few minutes without oxygen. You're done. You're out of here. It's the most valuable substance that we have on earth. And you don't have to be deserving of it. You simply get it. It's the most valuable substance on earth. And you get it for free. It's for you. You can have as much as you want. Everybody needs it. Everybody loves it. It's for everybody. But society has convinced us through the programming that you don't deserve money. That's like telling somebody you deserve diamonds, as many diamonds as you can have. Diamonds, the real big ones, 24 karat gold with 5 carat, 8 carat rocks, straight diamond. You deserve all of those for free, but you don't deserve no pennies. But you don't deserve pennies. You got to work hard for the pennies. You get all the diamonds, the valuable stuff, the love of your family. Just imagine something ultra valuable and you get all that for free, but you got to work hard for pennies. You don't deserve pennies or nickels, but you deserve diamonds. You deserve oxygen. It is clear. You also deserve wealth and abundance, but the way society has programmed us, our parents and previous generations, you think you don't deserve it. And this is a subconscious thing. You can say out of your own mouth, I deserve to be wealthy. I deserve prosperity. I deserve abundance. You can say that all day. You can say it all day. If your subconscious mind, in your heart, you don't really believe that, you'll continue to not have it. Okay. So just understand that you don't have to work hard like to do that. Nature is that lavishly abundant that you should have everything you want. Remember, money come from trees, from paper. Paper come from trees. Rubies and gems and diamonds and gold and all that come from the earth. And God gave you dominion over the earth and the fullness thereof. So just know you control all of that stuff. And I'll say this. Nature is so abundant and so prosperous and so abundant. You when it rains, it pours. When the sun shines, it'll burn your eyes out if you let it. You could have one cat. I don't know how many of y'all got cats. You could have one cat, and if you don't watch it, you're going to have 20, because nature does everything big. Anything in nature is big. You're not an exception. Okay. And paper is a natural substance from trees. So you should have plenty of cash too. Like, these are things you should have, but you got to let go of the subconscious feeling of not deserving it. Like, let that go. You do deserve it. You got the most value. God gave you his only son and then gave you tons of oxygen, the most valuable stuff ever. Water, super valuable. Stand outside long enough, it's going to rain wherever you at. Water, free, just for you. Okay. So just understand the valuable stuff you get for free. You do deserve it. You don't have to really work hard. There's a verse in, where is this one at? It says that the servant of the Lord shall not strive. That's in Timothy chapter 2. The servant of the Lord shall not strive. You don't have to really grind, hustle. You got to work hard, sure. I mean, the Bible does say in Genesis to toil the field, to work at your job. I get that. But you don't have to grind to the level that you running yourself into the ground. It says that the servant of the Lord shall not strive. And that doesn't necessarily mean people that follow Christ, the servant of the Lord Jesus, because we know a lot of Christians that strive and hustle and scrimping, scraping, and still can't make it. So how do we make that verse make sense? Well, remember, the Lord means the law of mind, the law of mentalism. The servant of the law of mentalism, the person who understands, fears, uses, and commands the law of mind, will not have to strive, will not have to work super hard and grind it out. You'll be making money while you sleep before long. And again, that's going to be in every spiritual text I've ever read. The Bhagavad Gita, the Quran has verses on that. The Torah, obviously, because the Bible has verses on that. The Sanskrit ancient texts have verses on that. You just got to understand that there is a common thread throughout all spirituality about belief in the law of mind. I'm telling you. But as Christians, as believers, we use the Bible as our text and Christ as our reference. But that's not knocking what anybody else chooses to do. But that's my area of expertise. Okay, that's how I roll. Okay, my belief, my love. Now I will say this. Let's move on. This is going to be really interesting, and this is talking about the power of mind again, and we're going to bring it full circle before we wrap up this call. We will be sharing tomorrow more information, but it's really going to be getting really into the secular tomorrow. We were going to do it tonight, but it's just such a late call already. We're going to be getting into the secular keys to wealth, and we've already given you the spiritual keys to wealth, the scientific keys to wealth, but we're going to be getting into the secular keys to wealth more tomorrow. But let me finish with this, to really emphasize things we've talked about for the last couple of days. There are key studies and findings on mental imagery using the law of mind for muscle strength. And remember, because of the studies of Dr. Emoto that we referenced in his studies earlier, we know that the mind, your pure thought, even if you don't say a word, your thought can affect water on a molecular level, an atomic level. This is proven. It's not up for debate. And your body is 60 to 70% water. Your muscles are 73% water. Your heart is 73% water. Your bones are 22 to 31% water. You're very watery as a person. Okay. Studies done from Ohio University in 2014 found that participants who used mental imagery, imagining themselves working out their muscle groups, never went to the gym, didn't even flex or make a muscle, just imagined it. Okay. Their muscle strength, muscle tone, fat loss, everything increased by 10 to 13%. Okay? 10 to 13%. Think about that. Just thinking about working out and never actually working out, but thinking about it had tangible results in the physiology, 10 to 13%. And that was over a very short period of time. If that would have went on for years, I predict you would have saw somewhere between a 25 to 40% improvement. That's how strong the mind is, okay? And they attribute it to neural efficiency, improving the brain's ability to activate muscle groups, but not a single workout. It was all mental, okay? This is how Steph Curry became such an amazing shooter. Yes, he shoots 300 to 500 shots a day, but Steph Curry's father was a great shooter, and I remember on one of their podcasts, it's called Heat Check, he was talking about how Steph Curry visualizes shooting hundreds, if not thousands of shots a day as well. Okay. You just got to understand. So thinking about something enough, visualizing it will create physical, tangible changes in your body that can be measured with medical equipment. It's not a joke. Okay. Also, there were some other studies done by Dr. Yao that did the same thing. And some studies focused specifically on muscle mass, the size of the muscle. And the imagery could also increase the muscle size. Okay, so fellas, if you got weak arms, you need some biceps for the summer, you better start telling them jokers to grow and just thinking about it. Imagine yourself curling 100 pounds, even if you can't do it. But again, the Bible already gave us the keys to this type of science thousands of years ago with many, many verses, like as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The Bible been told us this, but also said, let the weak say I am strong. Okay, because when the Bible says, let the weak say I am strong, you're saying it, but you got to think it before you say it. You can't say nothing you didn't think. So you're thinking you're strong. You're thinking about the physical stuff. You are making it happen. Babe, tell them summer body's built in the winter. Facts. Right now, y'all want to be fit for the summer? Start thinking about it right now and you'll start taking action too. But even if you never go to the gym, but you imagine having a workout every day, you will see a minimum 10 to 13% improvement according to multiple studies. But my prediction, if you do it long enough, for enough months and years, I predict you'll see a 20 to 40% improvement just based on my research, okay? Now, how many people have ever heard of the mind-muscle connection? And we'll wrap up with this. Okay, how many people have ever heard of the mind-muscle connection? A lot of people have heard of that, but it doesn't just apply physically. It applies to relationships. It applies to physical performance. It also applies to your vibrational state and manifestation of money as well, and generating wealth. But let me see, who's heard of the mind muscle connection? Me and MJ were talking about this earlier, and while y'all are putting it in the chat, for those of you who've heard of it, it's a misnomer, because a lot of people think that that's about, like, if I were to ask you to explain it, a lot of people think it's just about the brain. And no, my brain, muscle memory, my brain remembers me making these certain movements and things of that nature, okay? But it's not that at all, okay? Your brain, of course, affects your muscles. That's referring to the brain muscle connection, okay? Your brain sends neural signals to make your muscles move all the time. We ain't talking about that. The mind muscle connection is literally a connection between your mind and your muscles. Now think about how weird that is. Okay? The mind muscle connection. Your mind is not your brain. Okay? Your brain is an organ. Your mind uses the brain as a tool. You, the spiritual person, you, the real you, uses your brain as a tool to process information and interact with the physical 3D world. There is a link between your mind and your muscles that is different than a connection with your brain and your muscles. Okay, and that is how you practicing lifting weights and things like that, just imagining it, not even moving your arms in the motion, because that would be a type of working out. Being perfectly still, not tensing up or nothing. Just thinking about you, the version of you that has a six-pack and everything else, gets you anywhere from 10 to 13%, 25 to 40% closer to your goal, according to actual research. So the mind-muscle connection shows your mind, the spiritual, the spirit man, the real you, the spiritual being undergoing a human experience. It shows that spiritual side of you's ability to skip the brain altogether, skip all the rational thought, and start working directly on your muscles. Your heart is a muscle, by the way, so that's important. Can skip the mind, skip the brain altogether, so that the brain will be trying to convince you that this stuff don't work. Stuff don't work. The brain will be trying to convince you of that, okay? Your mind knows that it's eternal and everything's possible, and it'll skip the brain altogether and cause your body to do things that logically would make no sense. But luckily, you have the mind-muscle connection, and your mind can speak directly to your physical body. Your mind can speak directly to your bank account. Think about that. It's all electrical signals, binaries, ones and O's, binary code that's determining how many direct deposits go into your bank account, okay? I'll leave that for food for thought. And then we're going to pop on over tomorrow with some amazing stuff on the secular side. But I really wanted to just talk about, being in nature, the abundance of it, attracting abundance from different places and things of that nature, and really start to break down how important that part is. But also, again, to reiterate, the power of your mind on not just your physical body, but in your emotional state and everything else. But we're teeing it up because we're going to talk about the power of your mind on your secular aspect of your work and business and finances tomorrow. Okay. So thank y'all so much. I know it's a late one, ladies and gentlemen, but thank y'all for tuning in, and I will see y'all on the next.